So good morning all, and we are out with RB and a couple of the guys. So Phil up the front, he's on one of our sales bikes, that's the BMW C650 scooter. We've got Glenn and his partner joining us, and he's riding his bike. He's just come out for a little bit of a ride, and obviously me, tail end Charlie. And guess what? I'm on the GTR1400, riding this big monster. Now, if you haven't watched the videos, you rotters left me at the red lights. I am riding the GTR1400, as I said. Brakes work well on this, and obviously I was buying myself a ZZR1400. I've been looking at a ZZR1400 Gen 2, and I've been up and had about 4 rides on it, and obviously it's a nice bike to ride. It's still a sports bike. I'm still over the tank on that, and obviously following on from what happened with me on the bike, I've still got a little bit of a back issue. My lower back is still hurting when I get in bikes in and out. When I'm riding sports bikes, I'm still ending up. So everyone said to me, why don't you ride the GTR? See what you think of the GTR. And I went, do you know what? I'm going to take it out. And I've had about 5 or 6 little runs out on this, just trying it out. And it is a very upright bike. It's got 50mm bar risers on these. The bar risers on this are huge. So I'm just waiting for the guys to catch up with me, and they're all tacking in. So as I said, I had a look at the ZZR, and then obviously I had a couple of rides on this, and this is so upright, it's beautiful. I have an electric screen, I have a heated seat, I have heated grips. It has got all the bells and whistles. It's got a full pannier kit on it. And to say this thing flies is an understatement. 6-speed box, and it damn well goes, I tell you. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to tack in nice and slow, nice steady 50, let them catch up with me. And we've got the GoPros on. There goes the C650, that's got a GoPro on it. I've got one just down behind me, just recording the footage. And with wind like this, look at that. Notice how that wind noise just disappears when you get that screen up. And I've got perfect view over the top of the screen, or I can tuck down behind the screen. That is a slightly smoked screen on this. And I'm sitting at a nice steady 70, and this thing's just doing 3,000 RPM. It's a cruising machine, and it's now telling me look at the fuel consumption on this. The fuel consumption's gone up a bit, 30 to the gallon at the moment. And I've been told you get around 40 to the gallon, which is twice as much that I get out of the ZX-R. But obviously I followed the channel called Simon Maxwell. Go and check him out on YouTube. He's not a big moto vlogger, he just does his little bits and records for his own pleasure. But Simon has been into our garage about 4 times. He's got the GTR Concourse, the top of the range one with everything on it, all the bells, the whistles and the dings, and it is an absolutely amazing bike. And I said to him, do you know what, I'm really in 2 minds whether to just buy the GTR. And he said to me, you won't go far wrong with the GTR, mate. It's a shaft drive bike, less maintenance. It's got the little glove box just down in front of me. I've got my wallet and all the keys under there, because this bike is keyless ignition as well. And what a perfect view of the tiles. That's all I need, a speedo and a rev counter. I don't need anything else apart from the odd little bits up on the screen, the average mileage, what it's done. So it's only done 40,500 miles. These things are good for about 160,000 I've been told on these engines. And obviously Simon's cracked up a lot of mileage on his bike. And if you're looking at the other GoPro shot, then obviously Phil's got his GoPro just across the back of the seat. I had hellish trouble trying to find somewhere to mount these GoPros today. And then obviously my one is just sitting off on the back of the bike, so you get a different ride angle of this. You can just see what the road conditions are like, and obviously we can do a couple of flybys on it. But I am loving this GTR. I've not even got the heated grips on, I don't need them today. It's a little bit blustery and spitty in the air. It's not like rainy, but this bike is, look how stable it is. Look, one hand, and it's just planted. I can sit here with my hand on my thigh all day, and obviously check my shoulders. And then we've got, if you can't, and obviously you can't see the camera, I've got Glenn who's just behind me there, and he's up at the back on his bike, and Phil's just opened it up. A little bit of obligatory clock blurring going on here, just trying out the power of that C650. Now, I've never seen a BMW scooter with a 650 engine, and that thing is absolutely lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold round Phil and just get a quick flyby, and you'll see on the other camera from his GoPro this GTR coming past. I think Phil's just decided to gun it a bit, and obviously clock blurring going on, but I'm now at 4,500 RPM, and he's just backed off. He just wanted to try what the top speed on that was like. And obviously Glenn's a little bit of a stick to the limit rider, not like me and Phil. I'm going to fly past the GTR, this C650, and as you can see, the GoPro is mounted there, so we're going to get a nice shot of this GTR coming past. And drop it back down to 70 again. So get a couple of flybys of this. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and I did obviously go on the forums and say GTR, ZZR, and they all went, do you know what, mate, look at it, it's a beauty, it's clean, it's so clean. I know it's an Eclipse motorcycles bike, and this thing is just so clean, and I know what's been done on it. I know the service has been done to spec. It's absolutely brilliant on this one. And I'm just going to get them to roll past me now, do a flyby. And there goes the C650, that's the BMW. There goes Glenn, and I'm just going to tuck into the back end of this on tail end Charlie again. But with that screen there, I've absolutely got no wind at all in my face. This is just like riding one of those big Hondas, you know, like the if you was on a Gold Wing, or if you was on something a little bit bigger, like a Pan-European. That is absolutely beautiful. The riding position on it is lovely. I am in love with this bike. So yeah, obviously Phil said to me, take the bike out, have a run on it, see what you think of it. If you like it, you can buy it. And do you know what? I think I have finally found my forever bike. I was so set on the ZZR because obviously it's a bit more of a sports bike, but obviously with my back problems, I am absolutely loving this. I'm so upright, but I could ride for miles and miles on this and not have an issue. So thank you very much to everybody that said GTR. Thank you to Simon Maxwell, who said to me, you ain't going to go far wrong on this. And I've got huge amounts of storage, and coming in like that brake, it's obviously, it's got ABS on this as well. The front brake on this, just look, I can dive those forks. Loving it, absolutely loving it. And look, my consumption's up to 40.7 now. Brilliant. Absolutely beautiful bit of economy out of this thing. Need to walk with the clock because it's not 2:37, it's actually 9 AM this morning. We are off to Super Sausage for the obligatory bacon roll. And guess what? Mrs. Bomb can have her bacon roll because I've got two side patios and a top box. How many bacon rolls would she want? But what's she like going into a roundabout? Just look how easy. I can push that round a roundabout. And I could do this literally. I'm on one hand here. I can just flick this thing around. But the power delivery, Jesus H. I know what Zed meant when he said that the ZZR engine develops a hell of a lot of torque. I'm like, blimey, yes, I've still got another gear now, I keep thinking. So used to riding the little 125s with a 6-speed box, 5-speed box. This has got 6. Now obviously compared to the ZZR is around about 196, 197. This develops 157, obviously because it's a shaft drive. But the torque off that shaft drive, and I've not got to worry about chain tension, lubing my chain like I do with the ZX every week. And I cleaned this yesterday, and we mollywaxed it as well. We used a very high gloss wax on this, and it shines. But obviously, if I do buy this, then there are a few things that I want to do to it. I'm looking at having green side panniers. I'm going for candy green on this, same as what the colour that was on that Triumph Speed Triple. So I'm going to go slightly different green on this. I'm not going to stick to the Kawasaki norm. I'm going to go with that Triumph candy, the 2-pack pearl candy on this, and I'm going to have them on the side panniers, and then I'm going to green up the intake vents on this. So the bike will be silver, but it will have little bits of green all across it, and still to fit. And I ordered it yesterday because I thought, yeah, I'm going to have the GTR. I've got a sat-nav bracket that's going right down in the middle that takes my TomTom rider, or I might even go for a Garmin, but someone said to me, get a sat-nav, because you can put all your apps and everything on it, you can Bluetooth it, it'll fit to your headset. And I'm like, so it will work in conjunction with my Senna as well, which I absolutely love. I'm waffling now, and then the final bit, I've got some clutch covers, so the master cylinder cover and the clutch master cover. I've got some GTR1400 ones on order, and guess what, they're green. Yeah, so they've got GTR1400 emblazoned on them. So I am going to slightly mod this bike like I have with my ZZR, just trick it out a little bit, make it my own, make it special. But I am so happy with this bike. I can put my screen down now while I'm talking. And obviously it's a little bit drizzly and overcast overhead, but it's not raining. We shall see how many bikes. Chris is going to freak out when I get the Super Sausage. Where's your Kawasaki? At home. What's that? It's my new one. I am not going to go far wrong with this, I don't think. So obviously we're going to pull into Super Sausage. We are going to have a bite to eat and a cup of coffee. I'm going to have the obligatory smoke. And pop my visor up here. Morning, new bike. So we shall find out if Simon comes down this morning. He has said that if he's free today, that he's going to come out and have a run with me. But just look how manoeuvrable this thing is. Such slow speed, and I can just manoeuvre out. So there she is. That's the GTR1400. You've seen it now. And I'm just going to have a quick walk round while the bikes are running. We're just going to have a quick walk round the two. So that's the GTR1400. It's got some nice crash bars to the side. 4-into-1 exhaust on that in stainless. But just check out that headlight array. Does that bike not look aggressive? And then obviously that's the BMW C650 with Phil riding it. Full on 650 scooter. And you can just see he's got the GoPro attached to the back there that's just recording. But this thing has got everything. So you've got heated seat on this. You've got the heated grips. It's got an electric screen. Your passenger's even got a heated seat on this. And there's loads. And just check out the amount of footroom your passenger's got. Side stand and main stand. So that's the BMW C650. That is available for sale at Eclipse Motorcycles. So I'm going to put a quick link up before we go for that bacon and sausage roll. So Eclipse Motorcycles mk.co.uk. Telephone numbers at the bottom, which is 01908 643 603. And then while you're looking around, RB's new bike.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So a nice morning down at the Super Sausage. Wasn't as busy as I thought it'd be. And all eyeballs were on this. She turned a few heads and was like, Jesus Christ, that's clean. Yes, it is. And we were only there shortly, for a short time. Obviously, the weather's closing in. It's predicted thunderstorms at midday, so we are running back to beat the weather. What I am going to be doing is having a run up to home, drop this bacon roll off. It's in the side pannier. It's not under the rear seat like it is on my bike, so got a full pannier set on this with all the straps and the bells and the whistles, and very happy with this bike. Fuel consumption still climbing, 41.7. Absolutely brilliant, loving it. and I'm sitting at 50 miles an hour. It's just literally, this bike is ticking over. It's just toddling along. Talk about a beautiful sports tourer. I love this. And Phil is somewhere back there. He's obviously let me take the lead. So I'm just waiting for Phil to catch up. What I am going to do, it's getting a bit nippy. Guess what? Red light, heated grips. Oh, the luxury of heated grips and a heated seat. I don't need a heated seat at the moment, but obviously little button down on the left is for the heated seat. And you can tell from the wind noise that I'm getting blustery out there, and this bike's not moving one iota. It is planted. And then if I do this, just notice how much that wind noise disappears. Absolutely zero wind noise. I've got nothing at all. That screen is so effective. It just takes all the wind away. I can hear it buffeting the screen, but obviously now you can hear me talking properly, which means better audio quality. And although I did like the look of the ZZR, and obviously I said to Z-Ed yesterday, I went, do you know what, I love the ZZR, still love the shape of them, but this GTR is such a better ride. But just look how easy she steers through this roundabout. And it does lean exceptionally well. A shaft drive bike, the torque off of this, absolutely perfect. And this ZZR, right, you have to muscle it around. It's a 270 kilo bike, but what a piece of kit. God, them grips are getting warm. I've got lovely toasty hands now. It didn't take long for them Oxford grips just to warm up a bit. But what a perfect touring machine this is. I can chuck my tent in it, I can chuck my sleeping bag in, go off for the weekend and tour with the boys. And obviously now I can do the long distance stuff as well. So happy with this bike. Fuel consumption's gone up again, 42.6, 70 mile an hour, and I'm sitting just over 3,000 RPM. .8. So everyone said to me you'll get around about 40 to the gallon out of a ZZR and a GTR, which is twice the fuel consumption of my Kawasaki. It's going to cost me less on fuel, and believe it or not, the insurance on this, I checked the insurance yesterday, it's another 50 quid a year. Wow, is that all? And I've gone from 750 to 1400, another 50 quid a year. I'm so happy with that. Obviously tax is a little bit more, but am I bothered? No. Reliability, it's a newer bike. I'm not going to have all the issues you get with an older bike. Obviously I love my ZX-7, but with an older bike, and obviously something a little bit retro, you've got all the maintenance costs, you've got to look after it, you've got to keep it clean, you've got to try and stop that rust from coming, hence why I ACF the hell out of everything. But absolutely gorgeous. So thank you everybody who commented and said, yeah, RB, get the GTR. Alright, it's not going to be the bike that's on your channel logo. And Phil's coming past me on the 650. Here it comes. So that's the 650 BMW. And you can see from the screen that the drizzle's starting to cut in now. As I said to Phil, I said I'm going to have a run up to home, show Mrs. Bomb the bike. let her have a look at it. And that is now starting to get a bit cold and wet, and my hands are toasty. Loving it, absolutely loving it. So it's poddling along now. We're doing 65 now, nice steady speed, taking our time. But these mirrors, I've got perfect view down the side. I can pick up the top side panniers, and I'm right out to the outside lane, the dual carriageways. And these mirrors, can't believe how good and how low slung they are, but I've got perfect view of every single bit of the road behind me, to the inside and the outside. And obviously riding in a staggered formation like we normally do, leaving myself a nice gap from the vehicle in front, which is what you should normally be doing on a group ride. Space yourself out, don't get right up everybody's backside. But what a perfect ride. And I checked my Instagram this morning. Everyone's like, yes, you went for the GTR. Yes, I did go for the GTR. So thanks to the guys that commented on the Instagram this morning when I put the pictures up from Super Sausage. Diesels, yes, it's not a Harley, but it's a big tourer, and which is what I wanted, and I am so happy with my choice of bike. It means I can now go and obviously catch up with the guys like Duttz, go and catch up with Western Supermoto. As I say, on my YouTube channel is a load of bikers that I follow. Go and check them all out. They're all listed in every video just underneath Motovloggers that I follow. You can go and check all the boys out. And the one thing I do like about this that I haven't picked up on yet is the suspension. This has an adjustable rear gas suspension on it. So if you've got two up, you can just dial it up a bit more. I've got it set mid at the moment, just slightly mid, just above the mid setting. And it's riding dead level, and obviously if you're touring, you've got a load of weight in the panniers, you've got someone up the back. You can dial that gas suspension up a little bit more. But just look, still got one hand, and it's planted. And that wind, you can see from the vibration coming off that front screen how blustery it is now. There is a thunderstorm incoming. Now obviously Phil's taking that BMW back to the garage. He's going to lock that one away. He's got his set of keys on him. My keys are in my side pannier. Because obviously I'm going to take the bike back to the garage tonight, or this afternoon, and switch over to my car, which is at the garage, and then sit and edit all the video from these cameras. I was going to put 5 cameras up today. I switched up to 3. I thought, a bit overkill putting 5 cameras on a bike and bringing the 360 today, because I am, although I've got the 360 now, I've got an Insta360, I'm still messing around with all the settings, and last thing I want to do is go and bang up a load of Insta360 stuff and it be all over the place. But I am taking tips and advice from people that have got 360s and have told me what to do, how to set it all up, how to get all the bits and pieces. Let's dial on a bit of power, there we go. So I'm going to drop this bacon roll off and head back to the garage. I think Phil might be going with me, unless he's out for a nice long run. I don't know which way he's going, because he should have come off there at Caldecott to go to the garage. I'm going to put the link up again. If you're interested in that C650, it's up for $4,995. It's only done 13,000 miles. That one is available for sale. BMW C650, heated grips, heated seat, electric front screen, all the bells and whistles that you expect from a BMW, with all the ABS and all the control on it. But just look how easy it is for me to just flick. Look, I can just flick this bike around. and I am so much more comfortable on this. So I'm going to have a run up the hill. And we're going to open her up and have a quick blast. Quick bit of clock blurring. Now this is the run I normally do at home where I open her up. And I ain't going to go that hard today. Nice and steady. First time on the bike and I'm not going to be pushing it like I do. I know my ZX-7 inside and out, but obviously I'm going to start getting used to a bike before I start hammering it around like an absolute loon. And if you watch some of my ZX-7 videos, I ride her within her limits, but I do like to give it the occasional burst. I'm going to come off here. I shall cut back in a few minutes, because obviously I'm not going to show where I live at home for a bit of security, but we're going to end up here. I'm going to cut back in just a second once we have delivered the roll, and I'll see you guys in just a few minutes.
A few moments later.
So back to the garage we go. The bacon roll has been dropped off. Mrs. B is up working from home again, doing some office catch up. I'm heading back down the garage, put this away, and then head home in the car. I might pop to the local shop and do the morning shop actually, because I'm home before time. Normally I don't leave Super Sausage till normally about 11 o'clock. But ABS, oh yes. Braking on this at the front is absolutely amazing. Come on car, where are we going? Let's go. Sunday driver, 40 mile an hour area, and they're doing 30. And obviously with this road, no room to overtake or filter with these panniers on. And normally I'll be round here and gone on the ZX, but taking it easy. RB's being a good boy today. Makes a change. But so happy with this bike, absolutely loving it. So if you enjoyed the video guys, you know what to do. It's the thumbs up if you like it. Comments down the bottom end for me please. Let me know what you think, the comparison between the GTR and the ZZR. What do you think is the better bike? I've made my mind up. I know. I'm going to turn these heated grips off. I am cooking. There we go. How easy was that to do it at the touch of a thumb? Loving it. And of course, if you want to see the next video up, hit that notifications bell, like and subscribe and all that. Big shout out, thank you very much once again, Simon Maxwell, who's got the GTR that's obviously tempting me to buy this. Thanks to all the guys on the Insta that commented, said, yep, you're not going to go far wrong with one of these. I've made my mind up. Yep, this is going to be it. So this was my the first ride on it, just to see if I was comfortable with the bike. The sale will now go ahead tomorrow morning. And I've picked myself up a lovely, sweet machine. Eclipse Motorcycles, mk.co.uk. If you're into a used bike, 01908 643 603. And we've got quite a lot in at the moment. Got some lovely, lovely bikes in at the moment. Until the next time, guys. We're out with RB. Be well, ride safe, and as always, it's a big, big goodbye from me.